She relaxed as the room came into focus, felt the softness of expensive sheets under her fingers. The bedroom was filled with modern furniture, all straight lines and cream-colored wood. Sophisticated art dappled the walls, expertly hung. An open door led into a living area, which Delilah now distinctly remembered as the scene where Lily had pushed her onto a very posh white couch and slid Delilah's underwear off, tossing it over her own bare shoulder. Definitely not college-level kind of furnishings. Not even Delilah Green-level kind of furnishings, and she was a full grown-up. Also, what Lilith had proceeded to do with her mouth was definitely not a college-level kind of skill. Delilah flopped back down onto the bed, boneless at the memory. Her eyes had just started to feel heavy enough to close when her phone buzzed again. She jolted fully awake, peering at that same unlikely name and pressing ignore for the second time. Leighton stirred next to her, turning over and squinting at Delilah, mascara smeared under her eyes. "Oh, hey. Everything okay?" "Yeah, sure." Her phone went off again. Astrid. "Should you get that?" Linda asked, tousled hair falling adorably over one blue eye. No way this sex goddess's name was Linda. "Maybe." "Then do it. When you're done, I've got something I want to show you." Lydia, sure, why not, grinned, pulling down the linens to her hips for a split second before tucking the sheets back up to her chin. Delilah laughed as she tossed the covers back, slipping out of the bed completely naked. She very nearly answered the phone like that, but then grabbed a silk robe, definitely not a college-level kind of robe, that hung over a gray upholstered chair in the corner. She could not and would not talk to her stepsister in the buff. Sliding on the robe, she went into the small living room/open kitchen and climbed onto a stool, resting her elbows on the cool marble counter. She breathed in, out. She shook out her hands, rolled her neck. She had to prepare to talk to Astrid, like a boxer heading into a match. Gloves on, mouth guard in. On the counter, the phone stilled. Astrid's name disappearing, only to pop back up like a greeting card from hell. Best get this over with, then. She slid her finger across the phone. "What?" "Delilah?" Astrid's velvety voice filtered through the phone, like an American Kate Blanchett, except more stick-up-your-ass and less queen of bisexuals. Exactly the kind of voice Delilah always knew adult Astrid would have. "Yeah," Delilah said, then cleared her throat. Her own voice was somewhere between 6 cocktails parched and years of sleep deprivation raspy. "Took you long enough to answer." Delilah sighed. "It's late." "It's only 11 in Oregon, plus I figured this was the best time to catch you. Don't you turn into a bat after midnight?" Delilah snorted. "I do. Now if you'll excuse me, I'd like to get back to my cave." Astrid didn't say anything for a few seconds. Long seconds, that made Delilah wonder if she was still there, but she wasn't going to be the one to crack. They'd only spoken on the phone a dozen or so times since Delilah left Bright Falls the day after high school graduation, hopping a bus to Seattle with her Bright Falls High duffel bag on her shoulder, while Astrid took off for a post-grad trip to France with all of her horrible BFFs. Isabel, Astrid's mom and Delilah's wicked stepmother, had armed both girls with enough cash to keep them out of her hair for 2 weeks. The only difference being, Astrid came back, prepared for college at Berkeley like the dutiful daughter, while Delilah flew to New York and rented a 1-bedroom dump on the Lower East Side. She was a legal adult, and there was no way in hell she was going to stay in that house 1 second longer than she needed to. It wasn't like Isabel mourned her leaving. Neither did Astrid, as far as Delilah could tell. Though, every now and then, this would happen. Texts that went ignored and turned into awkward phone calls where Astrid tried to pretend she hadn't made Delilah's already lonely childhood a living hell. Delilah had been back to Bright Falls 5 or 6 times in the past 12 years. A few Christmases and Thanksgivings, a funeral when her favorite art teacher had